Meghalaya Congress President Vincent Pala today made a significant statement amid speculations over exit of senior party leaders from the grand old party. And without naming anyone, Pala said that one or two leaders in the Garo Hills may desert the party. Pala, however, was quick to maintain that majority of the leaders are still intact. And referring to the fact that as many as 9 Congress MLAs had switched allegiance after the last assembly elections, Pala maintained that leaders in the party are now more enthusiastic ahead of 2023 elections.
This defeat in the election, there are possibilities that many of the Congress leaders may leave the party and join other political parties before the assembly elections in 2023. So how do you plan to address that?
If you see, as per the last election, almost I think 9 MLAs left the Congress, and apart from that, party workers left for the Congress. But if you look at the overall performance of the Congress was not that bad compared to the succession year which we had before. But I think this time we'll do better, and most of the meeting today, so before coming here, I had a meeting in Riboy, exactly by what you say, what will be the, maybe speculated that some of our leaders may go away. So as of now, it's very difficult to predict because under elections and above more than 3 months or more now, 1.5 months ahead. So it's very difficult to predict now. But what I could see is that everybody in this time, they are more enthusiasm and very enthusiastic to work for the party. And our preparation for the party this time is, I think, more intense than the previous elections. I don't think, definitely 1 or 2, I don't know, maybe, 1 or 2 maybe, but especially in Garo Hills, maybe 1 or 2 people may defect. But as of now, I think majority of them will stay with the Congress.
Meanwhile, Pala, without divulging much, said that he, accompanied by a former Chief Minister and CLP leader Mukul Sangma, would be leaving for New Delhi to meet the AICC leadership. Pala restricted himself to say that talks will primarily focus on assessment of recent by-polls as well as devising a strategy for the 2023 polls is concerned.
Yeah, definitely, because I talked with the ICC, so I am going on the 18th. There will be a meeting in the ICC by the in charge and the General Secretary Administration, both the CLP leader, Dr. Mukul Sangma and Charles Pangro, and all the working presidents, including me, will all be in Delhi to work out not only the election which we lost, even the future election also. So we are going to Delhi and then we'll work out a plan. What can we do for the future jointly? So definitely we are taking this election very serious, and also we are preparing for the coming election quite strongly.
And when asked if infighting had led to the party's debacle in the recent by-polls, Pala said that many had jumped ship ahead of by-polls and opted to fight the elections as they wanted to try their luck. Pala went to the extent of alleging that the ruling MDA had tempted such defectors.
That infighting within Congress is one of the reasons for its defeat in this by-election.
It is not infighting within the Congress. Actually, they defected from the Congress. Especially, some of our party workers defected. For example, like Mauplang, a member who was a very senior member, he defected and fought the election. So also in Garo Hills, a very senior member. Both of them are MDCs. So that is not infighting. Even the fighting, they should have remained in the party, should not leave the party. But they went out because they thought that they will try their luck. So that's not that. I don't call that as infighting. Whereas in Maurukenen, you have seen he was a very senior secretary in the bloc. He left. He thought he'd try his luck. So all these temptations were given by the ruling, and ruling, they saw that if they cannot do anything, if they cannot divide the Congress, or if they cannot, I'm sorry to say the words might be, they have maybe compensated them to fight the election also, then we saw that we would have won the election. If you see in the vote share also, we would have won the election had these our own people have not fought against us. So I don't think it is infighting.
Besides, Vincent Pala informed that he would hold talks with former Chief Minister Didi Lapang and bring him back to the party fold. The Meghalaya Congress president maintained that he would raise this issue with the Congress High Command and then decide on the future course of action. Pala added that people in Ribhoy also wants Didi Lapang to join the Congress. All right, my colleague Garo Sangma joins us over the phone line to give us the latest on this big political development from Meghalaya. Well, Roger, what is up with the Congress in Meghalaya? Is it certain that some leaders may leave?
Right, Pooja, very good evening to you. Yes, by the looks of it, the Congress has already maintained that they are ready for the exodus of the leaders, of Congress. After this whole debacle, after this huge loss in the by-elections, they are ready for the defection of Congress leaders. But when we spoke to senior leaders like Anton Lingo and MPCC President Vincent Pala, they maintain that if the leaders leave, certain leaders decide to leave, there will be other leaders who will join the party. Leaders will come to the party, and it will, re-energize, reinvigorate the party. So, Congress party is ready for this exodus after this whole debacle, after this huge loss in the by-elections, Pooja.
And Roger, again, top leaders are now going to Delhi to meet the party high command. So, what's on the agenda?
Right. So, assessment of the by-elections. Their loss in the by-elections, that will be one of the top agendas. They are meeting, from what we gathered in the meeting today while talking to MPCC President Vincent Pala, he said that they'll be meeting the in charge of AICC and also, the General Secretary Administration. From what we gather from our sources, we're hearing that, Congress President Sonia Gandhi will also be present, but we're not really sure if that's going to happen. But, the main agenda would be the assessment of the loss in the by-elections and deciding the future course of action of the party. But another crucial agenda that, could be, one of the agendas of this meeting could be the infighting in the Congress and how to settle this infighting, because it has cost them really dearly, losing Rajapala and Moran Penang, one of the, two strong Congress bastions this time around. They have lost, there. But, they said that even today they maintain that, their loss was because of the defection of the Congress leaders at the last moment, and not the infighting. But from what we gather, infighting would be one of the top agendas. Another agenda which Vincent Pala has mentioned that would be the return of stalwart leader Didi Lapang to the Congress. But he said that he would discuss with the party high command and get the consent before approaching Lapang to bring back Lapang to the party fold. Pooja.
All right. Thank you, Roger, for giving us those details.